Welcome to Do You Wanna Dance with Sophia in Sapphire. Learn how simple it is to go from wallflower dreamer to confident center of the stage dancer. Whether it's the first dance as husband and wife or another option for date night, we'll help you go from nerdy to flirty, jumpstarting your dancing journey and transforming your experience into a personal expression of what makes you, you. And now, your host for Do You Wanna Dance, Sophia in Sapphire.
Welcome to the Do You Wanna Dance radio show. I'm your hostess, Sophia, and you're listening live on VegasAllNightRadio.com. This show is about inspiring you, helping you get out there, jump-starting your dancing journey, making the most out of your first dance experience. We have tips and tricks to show you how to get from nerdy to flirty on the dance floor and in life. And that includes how to use the secret of body language to get more of what you want. Our guest today is body language expert Traci Brown. She is an author of Body Language Confidential and Body Language for Profits. She's even been in the news, analyzing the body language of presidential debates. Traci will give us insight on how to strategically use body language for unconscious persuasion. And we will discover the secrets of how to strategically use body language to persuade, influence, and get more of what you want. So that will be exciting. Please stick around. She'll be joining us shortly. If you missed a show, please visit our website, sophiainsapphire.com, to have access to archives and downloads. If you would like to be personally invited to Sophia in Sapphire events, meetups, classes, please like us on Facebook. Co-hosting with me today is my special brother. His name is Mike. Mike, welcome to the show.
Hi, everybody, and it's really great to be on here again. You know, every time it's such a pleasure, so thanks for having me on the show.
Great. Well, good to have you. I'm excited to have my brother here because he has a bunch of insight on topics like this. We actually spend some time during our free time discussing psychology and body language and relationships and things like that. Last week we had an NLP expert specialist. Her name was Dawn Elizabeth, and she talked about important ways of communicating about personalities, how to relate to each other, taking into consideration our different personality types. And I know, Mike, you have some insight on that, especially with dealing with other people, because not all of us are the same.
Well, yeah, you know, I think what's people really know about is the Myers-Briggs personality test, but what people don't know about is something called the Enneagram, which I feel gives more insight into the personalities of different people. People can be classified into 9 different types, and, you know, they can have share traits with some types as well. And the Enneagram, what's really interesting about it is for a certain personality type, it talks about the direction of integration, becoming, you know, more whole as a person and improving and getting better. And then there is also the direction of disintegration, of, you know, a person getting worse.
So let's just clear this up for our listeners, because in addition to having different personalities, what you're trying to clarify is that depending on your personality, either you're a healthy type or an unhealthy type within that personality.
Yeah, you know, either you're getting healthier or getting worse, or sometimes you're just kind of stuck in the middle. But what's really interesting about it is that there's a book written on the Enneagram, is it gives a clear direction of the steps of, you know, becoming healthier or steps of getting worse. And what's really good about it is, you know, you can look at people and family members and friends and kind of begin to understand them better.
Yeah, I think that's an invaluable resource. And it's counterintuitive, because a lot of times what we think is better or the best treatment that we provide for another person is actually not great treatment at all in their world.
It's just the best that we would see it as, you know?
Yeah. So in addition to Enneagram, important just to have awareness of who's around us, how people respond. I mean, even dealing with people on the dance floor or asking someone to dance, you could totally tell if someone's interested or not. But sometimes when you have the courage, even if, you're shy, if you just come up to a girl, you don't have to worry about asking her. But if you just show the body language of, hey, I'm inviting you onto the dance floor, and just take her by the hand, that's enough body language to, disarm someone and show them that you're interested.
Well, yeah, typically in the body language, if you wait too long to go and ask for that dance, you're gonna build up that tension and stress inside your body, and whether you're aware of it or not, subconsciously, you're gonna emit those vibes and those movements to the people around you, and further make other people uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I guess that's why I'm so excited about our guest today. She's expert on body language, and it's just so important because a lot of times it's what you don't say that has a major impact on your experience in life, how you go through life living, and how far you get. And we've all heard it about fake it till you make it.
Absolutely. Speaking of body language, if you hold yourself in a sort of open demeanor as you approach people, you'll tend to get a more positive response, and you'll get more of what, you want, whether, you're at the grocery store and, you keep your hands sort of open and out of your pockets while you talk to the teller, or, if you're approaching someone and asking them for a dance, when you're making eye contact and sort of, holding yourself upright and your palms are facing forward, you come across as a lot less intimidating.
Do you have a, experience on this? I know I've heard you talk before about going to the club and getting girls to dance very willingly just by being so open and inviting.
Well, absolutely. Body language is movement, and we're speaking this language at all times, whether we're aware of it or not. Going around and asking women to dance, I come up in a friendly and open demeanor and just really just go for it, not think twice, not hesitate. And I've noticed that the reaction tends to be quite positive, but if you stop there and you start to think and wait and, oh, what should I do and how should I do it, you're going to build that stress and tension in your body. She's going to see that. It's going to make her feel uncomfortable, and then she's not going to want to dance with you.
So what is it that you recommend? What is your number one tip?
For the guys, that are listening to the show, the thing to do is, don't overthink it. Just go out there and do it. It's going to feel a little scary. You're going to feel anxious. Ignore those feelings and, fake it till you make it. Just do it, and you'll feel really great about yourself.
So do you feel these feelings of, anticipation, anxiety, or have you overcome that?
It depends. There are times when I go out, I'm just feeling good about myself, and, I really don't think about it. I'll have a few drinks, some beers, and, go around the dance floor and, dance away. A lot of them will say yes, some will say no, and that's okay. I just keep going. It's not personal, and I think that's the thing, you got to realize.
Yeah, dissociate yourself from that. So I want to let everybody know we do have an exciting event this Monday night. You are going to have your chance to ask somebody to dance, because we're taking a field trip out to the Tuscany Monday, 6:30 p.m. until 10:30. There's going to be a live band there, a dance floor, and we're all getting together to come on out to the meetup.
Yeah, Tuscany is a really great place. I personally enjoy it very much. So, whoever wants to dance, or even if you're afraid, it's a great opportunity to just get out there and do something.
Yeah, what's cool is that they have these comfortable little couches, and you could just sit there and watch. Now, I want to let everybody know you're all welcome to come and watch, because you don't have to come and strut your stuff if you're not comfortable. But, being in those type of environments, meeting the people who are also on your dancing journey, and kind of just getting comfortable with the dancing scene is in itself very important.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, what do you got to lose? I know that's a cliche saying, but at the end of that night, you'll feel a little bit more confident and comfortable, and you'll say, hey, you know what, I did it, I made it through it, and I didn't die or whatever, whatever people are afraid that's going to happen.
And natural high occurs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so the next announcement, quite important, is that we're having Sophia and Sapphire meet and greet and a radio launch party at the Encore next week. It's the 25th of June, Wednesday. It starts at 7 p.m. at Andrea's Encore Hotel. Everyone, please come on by. We will have my brother there as well, so you'll be able to meet him.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a lot of fun. You'll meet other people that are participating in the dancing journey with Sophia and Sapphire, but it's a networking event with tons of cool people from Vegas, the local scene. Like I said, it's a networking event. So come on down and enjoy yourself next week, Wednesday, June 25th at 7 p.m. And now it's about time to introduce our guest. Our guest today is body language expert Traci Brown. She is author of Body Language Confidential and Body Language for Profits. She's even been on the news analyzing the body language of presidential debates. Traci will give us insight on how to strategically use body language for unconscious persuasion. We will discover the secrets of how to strategically use your body language to persuade, influence, and get more of what you want. Welcome onto the show, Traci Brown.
Welcome, Traci Brown.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being with us. This is awesome. Body language expert and trainer. Is that right?
That's it.
That is awesome. What does a body language trainer do? I mean, I've never... Have I heard of a body language trainer before?
You know what? I don't know if you have or not, but I'll tell you what I do is teach people how to read body language, but more importantly, my area of expertise within the subject is about persuasion and influence. So I teach people how to strategically use body language so that they get a lot more out of negotiations, they sell more, they get their kids to do what they want them to do. I even teach people how to talk their way out of traffic tickets when they get pulled over.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's interesting.
I'd like to know that.
You can talk your way out of a traffic ticket?
Oh, you bet. Yeah, when they pull you over, they're looking for certain things, and if you do the right things and you use your language patterning and your body language just right, you'll make yourself very, very acceptable to them, making it really hard for one human being to punish another. And I've gotten out of a ton of tickets that way, and I know a lot of my clients have as well.
And you say you can also use this to influence the behavior of children?
You bet.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Well, with kids, what we all have to understand as adults is that we behave the way that we always do. We're very much in our box, and kids don't have the same rules. So when you become more flexible in your behavior, you can actually preempt what your kid's going to do, but you got to be willing to get crazy in order to do it.
Example.
So the kid throws himself on the floor in the middle of Target because you won't get him the toy or the
and
candy.
I've seen this before.
That's right.
just yesterday, as a matter of fact.
You want your kid to stop, you throw yourself on the floor and throw the same fit next to him.
Oh, wow.
You know, that sounds crazy, but I could see where that might work.
It does work.
How interesting.
But you got to get over yourself to do it, right?
And hope that not too many people around you have their cell phone cameras out ready to post it to YouTube.
Oh, they'll be there. You got to be ready.
Well, I wonder if that ties into adult relationships, and we will be addressing that after our short break. So please stick with us. We have to cut to our first commercial break, and we'll see you soon.
Be right back.
Feel free to get up and dance while we take a quick break for these commercial messages.
Hi, Hi, it's Sophia from Sophia in Sapphire, here with a personal invitation to join me at 6 p.m. each Monday night in June to learn the swing at the Ritz, located at 3360 East Flamingo Road, for my How to Dance in Real Life Situations beginner class. Begin your journey from nerdy to flirty while you learn how to make dance more than just a one-time thing. For more information, please visit sophiainsapphire.com.
Hi, I'm Larry Harris from Las Vegas. I want you to know about my experience with Sophia from Sophia in Sapphire. I signed up for her 10-lesson dance challenge to gain confidence, to learn the skills, to look like I knew what I was doing. Sophia made learning how to dance fun and easy. It turned out that by the end of the challenge, I wanted more, so I continued on with more lessons. Since then, I've gained enough confidence to go out into the social scene and even ask strangers to dance. I've made new friends and feel good about myself. The challenge paid off. I finally became a babe magnet. Because after all, everyone knows girls like a guy who can dance. Thanks, Sophia.
Planning a wedding? Want a spectacular, one-of-a-kind reception party experience? All Events Production is ready to make your event a unique production. From DJ and music to photo booth and even lighting, they will keep your guests engaged and entertained from beginning to end. Your wedding is transformed into a truly wow event. From live broadcasting for those who can't be there in person, to live texting, dancing in the clouds, snow, and all sorts of special effects. Your special day will truly be one of a kind. Contact All Events Production at 702-348-6641 or visit them online at alleventsproduction.com. That's 702-348-6641 or alleventsproduction.com.
Welcome back to Do You Wanna Dance? Once again, your host, Sophia in Sapphire.
Sophia in Sapphire.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm your hostess, Sophia, and you're listening live to Do You Wanna Dance Radio. Don't forget, you could find us on sophiainsapphire.com for past episodes and downloads. Our new meetup series is currently in June with the swing. So please join us at the Ritz for some dancing fun, 6 p.m. every Monday night. If you would like more info on that or would like to be invited to our events, please like Sophia in Sapphire on Facebook. So our guest today is quite exciting. Body language expert Traci Brown, author of a couple books and seen on TV, on the news. Welcome back to the show, Traci.
Hey, thank you.
So, you know, as a professional dancer and also as an instructor, I'm always dealing with people, and I have to say I feel like I have a knack for reading them, but I can't really put it into words. I can't really explain why what I do works with people, but we're hoping to get some secrets from you. What is it about the way we deal with people that makes us persuasive and successful in our communications?
Well, let me address the first thing you said, is that you feel like you have a knack for dealing with people, and body language reading is innate to almost all of us. Some of us struggle with it a little more than others, but it can be learned nonetheless if it's not something natural for you. So whether someone is lying or not they've found is pretty innate, and it's important that we tune into that, because we get caught up typically in our day-to-day with a lot of logic and what makes sense. And when you can get into your emotions and that gut feeling about whoever's across from you, you're going to have access to just that extra piece of information that's going to allow you to really understand what's going on across from you.
Yes.
So are you saying that the ability to read other people is really innate? It's already inside of us. We just need to elevate it to a more conscious level in our mind and pay attention to the clues that we're seeing?
That is exactly what I'm saying. And some of us are more tuned into it than others, but it's there. It's there for us to look at, and if it's not natural to you, it's pretty easy to study and just to get a feel for what's going on around you.
Give us a little more here. I'm really curious. Tell us a little bit more. What are these cues? What can we pick up on if you put it into words?
Well, let's see. Everybody wants to know if someone's lying or not.
Right. That's
that's what I do a lot of TV on is, current events. And lately I've done people like Donald Sterling, like he's been in the news.
Oh, yeah.
Even Phil Mickelson's been in the news for insider trading.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been several this year. Chris Christie, that people want to know.
New Jersey governor.
Are they lying? And so what I do is take a look and I go, okay, does their body language match their words? So are they nodding their head yes while the words coming out of their mouth mean no? Or are they shaking their head no when the words coming out of their mouth mean yes? See, that's an incongruency.
Right. So we're just looking for consistency.
Exactly. And when I see that, I go, oh, okay, well, there's more to ask there about that, because you don't want to incriminate based on body language, but it's a really good clue.
It's an indicator, right?
Yeah. And so are they, I looked at V. Stiviano, the girl who hangs out or used to hang out with Donald Sterling.
Right.
And she shrugged her shoulders and she goes, we never had sexual relations. Like, well, whatever.
Yeah, not buying that, are we?
Oh, so that's really cool. But that's on the observer side where you pick up and as the person being observed, is there tricks to throw off someone by, pretending to use the right body language?
Well, that is a very, very hard thing to do because what happens is when we go to tell a lie, whether it's a small lie, like, if you're really upset and you ask them and they go, oh, I'm fine, right? That's a small lie. Probably didn't hurt anybody. And then there's bigger lies like Chris Christie, I didn't know anything about the bridge closing.
Yeah.
And so the bigger the lie, the harder it gets for the brain to make body language be congruent. Reason being is there's a lot of things that it has to do. It has to remember the lie. It has to judge whether you're buying it or not. Should you go deeper into it? And then the body language is kind of the last part, and it really just it literally falls apart. And so what will happen is when you see someone who's telling a story that's false, is usually their emotions, like if they use their hand to punctuate a point, they will normally do that before they speak, right? So they'll go motion and then speak. When they're lying, they'll go speak then motion, and so you can see the disconnect with that, and that's another clue.
Now, in one of your books, I had an opportunity to review the comments that you made about when we try to influence other people and how, as an example, how we shake hands and how that can be a positive or a negative influence. Can you tell us a little bit about, when we meet someone for the first time, how we greet them and how, our actions might, imply one thing or another?
Yeah, also I want to add, this is also important when you ask someone to dance on the dance floor.
Exactly. That's where I was heading. Exactly.
So I'm really curious about this. A lot of people that I deal with, we're all, a little bit self-conscious when we get out there as beginners on the dance floor or we meet new people. So that's kind of what I'm interested in hearing.
Well, let's talk about a handshake first, and then we'll get into dancing. So a handshake there's a lot of information there, and you need to start to feel the handshake that you get. Pay attention to it. If someone gives you like a bone cruncher handshake, or if they turn their palm down, those are two signs that say that they want to be in control of the situation. So you can let them be in control, or you can decide not to play, right? And when you do that, you don't have to deal with them at all if you have the choice, right? So, or you can just make sure that you're always presenting opportunities for them that say, hey, you know what, they can be in charge. So the other kind of handshake you could get is say, like a dead fish. And
right. Yeah, I know that one.
the limp handshake, and it sends a strong message that, you'll just do anything, and it'll just whatever you want, we'll be fine. And really, women tend to do this a lot more than men, at least here in the States. If you go to Malaysia and places like that, it's actually considered polite to have a not very firm handshake, but we're going to talk about just Western society.
Okay.
So really, for women, it's only been socially acceptable to shake hands since about the early 80s. Before that, it just didn't really go on, not nearly as much. And so we, as a gender, I don't think have as much practice shaking hands as the guys do, and we need to coach each other. So if you have a friend who is doing dead fish handshakes and you know this, it's okay. Tell her, you're not sending maybe the message that you really are intending to send about who you really are. And so that's okay to do that. Now, when you get to the dance floor, I would hope that there would be a little more chivalry in play than what would normally happen in a business situation.
True.
So of course, a gentleman is going to want to present his hand palm up, right? Because a palm up says, "Hey, I want to do what you want to do," and say, "Hey, what would you like to dance?" And of course, a light touch is probably going to be a little more acceptable there than wrangling someone's hand and throwing them around the dance floor.
Yeah, so let's go back to this wet fish analogy. Let's say somebody asks somebody on the dance floor, and you have a soft touch, but can you consciously make a decision on the impression that you're going to make, even if it's counterintuitive? Like, let's say inside you do feel like, oh yeah, I'll dance with him, I'll do, whatever, even if he throws me around. But can a person like that consciously decide, no, I'm going to be strong, and change their handshake?
Absolutely. You can change the way that your entire body behaves, and it's important really to learn behavioral flexibility so that you can begin to become really, really persuasive, whether it's on the dance floor, getting your partner to do what you want them to do, or in business or in your personal life. Because the more we are like other people around us, and everybody behaves a little bit differently, the more we're like them, the more they're going to be open and comfortable and receptive to us and our message, so that they're going to say yes a lot more easily and a lot more often. But it takes behavioral flexibility to do that. So
I hear you also talk about, persuading to win and, the mental makeup that creates success, mental tools that are used even by top athletes for success, and also in business and life. Are those similar things, or is this something additional that we have to do inside our minds?
Where the mind goes, the body's going to follow. The way that I typically attack it, professionally, I attack it, problems with someone pretty differently, I'd say. But there's one common thread between top athletes and top business people and the mindset of success, and that is you can fake it till you make it. Where the body goes, the mind's going to follow. So if you're not feeling confident, guess what? Sitting up straight. You can even put your hands in a steeple, like put the tips of your fingers together in a steeple kind of position, and that will help you create that neural pathway inside for confidence, and it gives you a chance to, I guess metaphorically, walk down that path so that you can create confident behavior and really change your state and change your behavior, change the way that you make decisions.
Thank you, Traci. So we're talking with Traci Brown, body language expert. We have to cut to our next commercial break, but we will be right back after this short break.
Everyone in the studio is taking a quick dance break. We'll be back after these brief commercial announcements.
When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sweat.
Are you funny? Do you want to be funnier? Want more laughs from your speech, business presentation, or act? I'm Big Magic Al Jensen, and in addition to being a radio show host, I perform my comedy magic act on stages across Las Vegas and cruise ships around the world. I've consulted and coached humorous speech contest winners, stage performers, and business professionals who want to bring more humor to their conversations and presentations. I can do the same for you with my program, Funny just got easier. One-on-one coaching, group classes, and workshops are available. Whether you want to be funnier in front of an audience or just in conversation, Funny Just Got Easier is the simple and quick way to kick up your humor. Check out funnyjustgoteasier.com for more information on personal coaching and workshop dates. That's funnyjustgoteasier.com.
Hi, Sophia. This is Anne. And I'm calling because my husband surprised me with dance lessons at Sophia in Sapphire. And we had a marvelous time. I never in a million years thought that I would be able to salsa. I can't believe that Jim was in for it, and we both had so much fun. Since then, we have been going out on dates just so we can salsa, and it's really changed our world. So thanks again, Sophia. We had a lot of fun. You're a very patient teacher, and I can't wait to take the next lesson.
Are you looking for an all-inclusive, stress-free wedding venue? One with all the services to plan your perfect wedding. If so, you're looking for the Ritz of Las Vegas, family-owned and operated for more than 10 years. In addition to traditional events, the Ritz specializes in theme weddings from 1920s, glam goth, Star Wars, Harry Potter, masquerade, burlesque, or vintage Hollywood, just to name a few. Whatever your vision, the Ritz makes it a reality. For more information on the finest all-inclusive, stress-free wedding venue in Las Vegas, contact the Ritz of Las Vegas at 702-336-3626 or visit them at theritzoflasvegas.com. That's 702-336-3626 or theritzoflasvegas.com.
Welcome back to Do You Wanna Dance? Once again, your host, Sophia in Sapphire.
Sophia in Sapphire.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm your hostess, Sophia, and you're listening live to Do You Wanna Dance Radio. Don't forget you could find us on sophiainsapphire.com for past episodes and downloads. Our new meetup series has started this June with swing, so please join us at the Ritz for some dancing fun, 6 p.m. every Monday night. If you would like more info on that or would like to be invited to our events, please like Sophia in Sapphire on Facebook. We've got an exciting guest on the show today, body language expert Traci Brown. She is author of Body Language Confidential and Body Language for Profits. She is an expert and has secrets to share. Welcome back to the show, Traci Brown.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome back, Traci Brown. And also, I'd like to say, member of the National Speakers Association, like I am. Congratulations. That's awesome to have the opportunity to interview another author and fellow speaker. I understand that you do a program, which you call Body Language Confidential. Is that right?
That's right.
I understand in that presentation, which is an informative and interactive program, you talk about how to make anyone really comfortable around you. And let me be honest with you, when I am out in social situations, if I'm going to want to go ask a beautiful lady to dance with me, you know, I'm a bit intimidated and maybe my nervousness shows through a little bit. How can I increase my confidence and make those around me feel comfortable so I can have a successful dancing experience?
All right, well, you asked two separate questions. So let's go into making others comfortable around you first.
Okay.
So what you got to do is look for signs of discomfort, right? And then you give yourself an opportunity to be their hero and make them comfortable, and they're going to love you.
Oh, okay.
So,
how would I do that?
If people are standing in the corner being a wallflower, like, you know, you see some people that dances do, maybe their arms are crossed.
Yeah.
Maybe their feet are crossed as they stand there. Maybe they're doing a fig leaf position, right, like putting their hands in front of their private parts.
And avoiding eye contact at all costs.
Yeah. So that's how you know someone's uncomfortable. And so it's pretty easy to walk over to them and at least talk to them and maybe hand them a drink, hand them a snack, make them take something. Hey, the brochure about next week's event. When you get them to move, you're going to force them to open up those neural nets to where they're going to be a little more open and comfortable to what's around them.
So engage them, I guess, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but get them to move, right? Get them out of a closed position into something that's more open to give them the chance to really open up.
Okay, and then the second part of my question was, how am I going to essentially persuade others?
I got it. So we talked a little bit about behavioral flexibility, and really, when it comes to persuasion and influence, you can create a really deep connection with whoever's across from you just by doing what they do, playing a sophisticated game of adult copycat.
Really?
And, oh, yeah. And so what you got to do, and you can even do this if you want to attract a partner from across the room. You're like, if you look across the room and you say, I want to dance with that guy or that girl, maybe their back's even turned to you. What you can do is look at them. Just sort of stare at them, but don't be creepy about it.
Because there are laws against stalking. Let's remember that.
There are. But what will happen is eventually they will turn around and look at you.
They will feel your gaze.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, try it. I mean, you don't have to practice this at dances. You can practice this at a stoplight when you pull your car up and look at the person next to you. They'll turn around and look at you.
I know. I've noticed it. It's so weird.
Yeah, and so we want to start to use this to our advantage, right? So whether it's you just want to dance with someone, or maybe there's a girl in a bar you want to pick up, or a guy, you can do this. Just look at them, and then when they look at you, you want to look away, and then do this 3 or 4 times, and eventually, and while you do this, you want to match their body language too. So if they have a drink in their right hand, you put a drink in your right hand. If they're leaning on one hip, well, you lean on that same hip, and you're sending a message, like you're connecting your energy that way.
Okay.
And it really works. And then eventually, you're going to have to walk over to them at some point, but you're going to have this little bit of a connection to start with.
You will have already broken the ice, so to speak.
Yep. And they'll be a lot more open to you. You
also help people understand the 3 questions that you can ask to instantly connect with someone. Can you share those 3 questions with us?
Some of the questions, yeah. So one of them is, let's see, you want to ask them about them. And I don't know if I have these exactly memorized, but I'll give you a paraphrase of it.
Sure.
Basically, it's what are you working on, right? What are you excited about, and what kind of resources do you need to get there? And when you start to engage them, I mean, one of my best friends came to me at a National Speakers Association meeting, and he just sat down and he said, "What are you excited about in your business right now?" And how many people really ask that, to take that level of care?
Sure.
Right? You could ask someone, "Hey, what are you excited about in your life right now?"
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has something, no matter how small. Maybe it's that, you got a cupcake last night and it was really good. Or maybe it's something bigger. And so when you take that level of interest in people and ask the right question, they're going to think, oh, man, he really cares.
Yeah.
Sure. I think the key there is to be as sincere as you humanly can in your question and asking about the other person. What is what brought you here tonight? What are you excited about? What's been your favorite part of the evening? What kind of music do you like to dance to? Who was it that said if once you can fake sincerity, then you've really got it made?
Absolutely.
Can't remember who that was, but don't you have to be sincere in your inquiry to the other person to connect with them?
I think that you need to have a good intent. I mean, we can all feel energy, and especially in a dance-type situation, you're close to whoever you're dancing with typically. And so, yeah, it's a good idea to actually want to know the answer to the question that you're asking. But, if you can't, and if you're not, but if you just want to make people feel like you're listening, but you don't feel like listening at all, if you just match and mirror their body language, they will feel that way. So it's kind of a neat little skill to have so that you can make anyone feel like you deeply are interested in them.
Going on that topic, I know you have some tips on romantic body language, and there's something that you've said that we're taught from the time that we're little that the guys make the first move, and you say that's not true. So tell us a little bit more on that.
Yeah. So we are taught that guys make the first move, in any kind of relationship, and that's sort of a good thing because you do want them to be interested. I don't think it's a good idea for ladies to really aggressively pursue a guy just for a lot of different reasons.
Right.
However, it's up to us as women to use our body language to invite him over. And there's several different things that you can do. We've talked a little bit about how to get someone's energy, attention across the room. And so after that, what are the signs that you need to invite him over? And you can rub your leg up and down. If you sit with your legs crossed, like really tightly, so your shins are almost parallel. It's a little bit of a trick to sit that way, but that's what guys actually like. And so if you do that and just put your hand on your leg and stroke it just slightly, that's a come on sign.
Wow.
So you have that. You have if you tilt your head so that it's to your left. Actually, they'll be seeing it as tilting your head to the right, and that's actually a sign that says you're more cute. If you tilt your head the other way to your right, you're going to be seen as more intelligent.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's the way my head is always turned on. No, well, I want to clear something up. So you're giving us body language tips on how to attract attention, but are we making eye contact while doing those things?
Yeah, you can. There's what's called a look-to-talk rule. Some people actually don't really like direct eye contact, and so they won't make direct eye contact with you. However, if someone's making direct eye contact with you, you should give that to them in return.
So, Traci, we are almost out of time, but I would like to ask you, where can people find you on the Internet?
Oh, it's my website. It's www.bodylanguagetrainer.com. And the reason you're going to want to go there is because there's a lot of free resources. There's even a video on how to talk your way out of a traffic ticket.
Oh, cool.
When you get pulled over, and you can pick up a copy of any of my books, Body Language Confidential or Body Language for Profits, and that is at bodylanguagetrainer.com.
Very cool. Are you on social media? Can people find you there?
Yeah, on Facebook. I have a neat little Facebook page where I decode celebrity body language a lot of days. And that is, if you go to Facebook and type in body language speaker, I'll come right up.
Very good. Now, Traci, like Sophia said, we've only got a short time left to go, but I wanted to ask just one more question, and that is, in terms of out in a social situation when we're dancing, would you say that my body language is a more important factor, or the words that I use once I've made eye contact and approached somebody that I want to dance with? Is the words I use more important, or the body language I use more important?
Actually, studies have shown that your body language is going to be anywhere between 50 and 93% of your communication. So I would say your body language is pretty darn important. So you want to make sure you're doing it right.
Absolutely. So be confident, be open, and just take a chance. Go out there and give myself an opportunity to succeed.
Absolutely.
Traci, one last time, give everybody your website information once again.
bodylanguagetrainer.com.
Very good. Traci Brown, thank you so much for being with us on the Do You Want to Dance radio show.
Thank you so much for joining us, Traci Brown, body language expert. We've got to cut to our last commercial break, so stick with us.
Feel free to get up and dance while we take a quick break for these commercial messages. Here's what real people are saying about Sophia's 10-lesson dance challenge.
I never in a million years thought that I would be able to salsa.
I now go out dancing with ease and even enjoy dancing with Sophia in exhibitions and show numbers.
Our wedding dance specialist from Sophia and Sapphire was amazing, patient, and taught us the dance moves progressively, and in a way that someone with no dance experience, like us, could still learn and make it look great.
I finally became a babe magnet.
For more information on the 10-lesson dance challenge, check out SophiaInSapphire.com. Come on, get dancing at SophiaInSapphire.com.
Hi,
Hi, it's Sophia from Sophia in Sapphire, here with a personal invitation to join me every week for my How to Dance in Real Life Situations beginner class. Begin your journey from nerdy to flirty while you learn how to make dance more than just a one-time thing. Join my How to Dance in Real Life Situations meetup at meetup.com and visit sophiainsapphire.com for more information.
From the very first lesson, Sophia was quick to adapt her teaching style to my learning style, and she exuded positive energy. Over time, I had occasion to see Sophia with other students and how different her lessons were with each student, depending on their needs. I never bought lessons in advance, so I never felt committed to taking lessons, but I've been coming back every week for 2 years. I now go out dancing with ease and even enjoy dancing with Sophia in exhibitions and show numbers. I consider Sophia a friend, in addition to being a truly unique and wonderful dance instructor.
Welcome back to Do You Wanna Dance? Once again, your host, Sophia in Sapphire.
Sophia in Sapphire.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm your hostess, Sophia, and you're listening live to Do You Wanna Dance Radio. Don't forget you could find us on Sophia in Sapphire for past episodes and downloads. Our meetup group is meeting up this Monday night for their field trip. We've been learning swing all month, and I'm taking everyone out to the Tuscany, 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Join in the fun. If you're curious, you are more than welcome. If you have 2 or 3 left feet, you are more than welcome. If you just want to come hang out, do so. We're going to be at the Tuscany, 6:30 p.m. this Monday night for our swing field trip. So please join us. Find out more on Facebook. If you'd like to be invited, please like us, Sophia in Sapphire on Facebook. So today we had an awesome guest, body language expert, Traci Brown. She gave us a lot of good information. One of my favorite, I think, is if you look to the right or you look to the left. If you look to the right, it means you're more intelligent. And but a lot of good tidbits there.
Yeah, and it's really easy to remember. We just got to remember, most of us are right-handed, so, that's the direction we sort of lean into.
Yeah, well, we also have 2 parts of the brain, the left one and the right one. And what's cool about dance is that it engages both brains.
Now, if I am correct, it's the only sort of sport, if we call it, that engages both sides of the brain.
It's true, aside from ping pong.
Ping pong, huh?
Yeah, because it engages, think of how engaged you have to be. Sight, movement, you're thinking about the next move, you're looking at your opponent's side, you're looking at your own side, you're coordinating, you're thinking everything, right?
That's true. You're paying an awful lot of attention to everything's going on.
Yeah, and in dance, you would think that it wouldn't be, engaging 2 lobes of the brain, but when you really think about it, why is dance so hard? Why does dance ward off dementia? Why does dance sharpen the minds?
I think it also wards off depression.
You're right.
If I'm correct, it engages the gray part of the matter in your brain.
Mm-hmm. Which is really hard to get out of, right? When we're stuck in the rut.
That's the most difficult part, to grow that matter in your brain, the gray matter. And they say, what you're pretty much born with is what you got. But, dance is one of the things that you can do that actually promotes, healthy growth of that area.
Yeah, and what's cool, the neuroplasticity of the brain. A lot of times, like you said, we think we're born with a certain brain, which we are, but it's flexible, it's willing to learn, it's willing to expand. All it takes is just a decision to take on a challenge, do something that feels awkward or feels counterintuitive, do something scary, jump off a cliff, and naturally your brain will grow.
Well, what's very interesting about the whole learning process is that we actually learn more while we sleep.
Is that true?
It's absolutely true. You can be doing something, you can be learning, how to play an instrument or learning how to dance, but you're going to really learn it when you go home and when you go to sleep. And they actually say that if you engage in the activity about an hour or 2 hours before, you hit the sack, you're going to learn it even better.
Really? That's interesting, because for some reason I've noticed the effects of that, where the next day I might not necessarily have practice right before going to bed, but I come to the studio and do my training, and all of a sudden it somehow, through osmosis or whatnot.
Absolutely. So, whoever feels they're not getting it or getting something or not understanding something that they're doing, just leave it up to the sleep, and, you'll see that you feel more positive and more relaxed about it the next day.
Yeah, and that will include benefits such as the way, we hold ourselves and the way we move through life, through space, body language, how comfortable we are in our bodies. All of that, if we do learn, if we do stretch our minds, if we do take challenges, we take on the characteristics and the demeanor naturally of a confident person.
Absolutely. And, this kind of brings a question to mind that, the listeners are begging to ask. How does Sophia and Sapphire use body language to help her students feel more comfortable and at ease with learning how to dance?
So Sophia and Sapphire has a mission to put beginner dancers at ease and facilitate their journey into beginner dancing. And that is the scariest step. I would say a lot of instructors and, studios and places where you can go to learn to dance are quite daunting, because they do not necessarily address the fact of different learning styles, of the different approaches. They're not consciously 100% all the time aware of how it feels to do something scary. And I think that's what it comes down to.
And that's what a lot of your students are saying as well, that you really know how to put them at ease and make them comfortable, the ones with the 2 left feet, and kind of help them grow that confidence. And, especially with these field trips are very helpful.
Yeah, to disarm them. I mean, if you have a friend, I'm ready to be everyone's friend out there. I'll take you by the hand. I'll bring you there. I'll teach you what you need to know, and I'll integrate you. I mean, that is what a lot of people need. They just need a helper to facilitate the experience.
And you dance with everybody on your field trip, isn't that right?
Well, if I'm asked, I will dance.
Well, that's an awesome opportunity right there.
Thank you so much, Mike, for co-hosting today. You've been an awesome co-host.
Thank you, Sophia and Sapphire.
All right, everybody, don't forget, come on out for our field trip Monday night, and encore, we have our launch party on June 25th at 7 p.m. See you guys next week, 4 p.m.
Thanks for listening to Do You Wanna Dance? Tune in again next week for more interviews, advice, and insight into how you could go from nerdy to flirty and learn how simple it is to turn your dreams into reality. On the Do You Wanna Dance radio show, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. right here on VegasAllNetRadio.com.